Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk to you about, it is basically a question and it's similar to a previous video I've done, but I want to change up the topic in a way. So it's, why do AAA games get more attention than indie games? And in the previous video it was more along the lines of there's a lot more marketing, there's a bigger budget, and that is the obvious case. But outside of that, I feel that players should search for the smaller games a lot more often because you save money, sometimes you get a better experience, and that's what I wanted to do in this video. I basically mentioned all that in the previous video, but in this one I wanted to kind of give you some ideas as to what I mean. And when I say indie games, for this video I'm going to say even AA is an indie. I'm going to say anything that costs less than £60–70 for its base standard edition, I'm going to class that as indie. So obviously you have AA in there as well, but it's smaller than AAA. So as pure example, Outriders, if it's not on Game Pass, it's a £60 title, so that is AAA. Remnant from the Ashes, in a lot of aspects, I feel is a better game. I love the way you can go into Remnant from the Ashes, you've got all your different gear, you've got little secret rooms and stuff, you have different enemy types, it's a procedurally generated world, you have like huge sort of like end game bosses, like what end of level bosses, you've got undergrounds, you've got lots of different enemy archetypes, and then you have other pieces of gear you can grab, and then what you can do is change the difficulty, the puzzles change as you go through again, you can level up your gear, and like basically I would say it's a much better structure than some of the stuff we have in Outriders from personal experience. But then also you have different game modes and stuff in there as well. You have different worlds you can explore and all that sort of stuff. And I know it's similar to Outriders in terms of exploring the worlds and everything, but you have different modes in Remnant from the Ashes. And you have this survival mode. So you start off with nothing, you go in, you find some scrap, and then you go back to the labyrinth and you can upgrade your gear, you can buy new gear. Then you go back in and you got to try and survive. The enemies get stronger. You get like better traits, so like basically you have different levels of survival. You've got to have some luck with some RNG in there, and then if you get wiped you have to start all over again from the beginning. There's different stuff to do in Remnant from the Ashes, and I know that it's been out for a lot longer than Outriders, but the game's a lot cheaper. So I don't understand why, like outside of the marketing, I don't understand why a lot of these games don't get picked up by huge audiences. If people just sat there and they searched games similar to Outriders, I'm pretty sure something like Remnant from the Ashes would come up. Another one is like Gunfire Reborn. I think that game is fantastic. You get different character types, there's a lot of depth with all the skills and all that sort of stuff. You get these vaults, you get loads of different enemies, loads of different weapons. And you basically like level up as you play. You go in there, you start all over again, and you get different weapons each run. There's different areas you can go to with all the bosses and everything. And I don't know, it's a really good game. It's so much cheaper than these AAA titles. And then you have something away from like comparing to Outriders, but you have games like Subnautica. You've got Breath Edge. They are some of the best exploration games that I've ever played. Some of the best out there. And they're not going to build up anywhere near as big of an audience. And you see YouTubers and Twitch streamers that have millions of followers and they cover these games. You just don't see a lot of people pick them up. So I don't know, I don't get it, because you would think that it's purely just the marketing and the hype and everything, and just because the games have a bigger budget that the AAAs do stand out. But I just don't know outside of that what attracts other people to them, because these other games do get promoted by marketing. They might have a smaller budget, but there's still adverts and stuff for them. And you have all the Twitch streamers and stuff that get sponsored to play them. They promote them as well. I don't know, it seems as though there's a lot less interest. There's probably people that think you get what you pay for, so you pay less for a smaller game, or what looks like a smaller game. You're not going to get anywhere near as much content. But I don't know, just a discussion type video. What we're going to do is leave it there, so let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.